This is Chris the Nightmare Ariola, and you're watching Mission Boxing Today on YouTube.
Heavyweight boxing fans, what's the deal? So I was on Outside the Ropes, shouts out to them, and I will leave the full interview in the description box. But I seen Joey Dawekjo doing an interview, and he said he wants to fight Dominic Breazeale. So I was thinking to myself, like, man, that'd be a decent fight at this stage. Joey Dawekjo, I know he's a shorter heavyweight, 5'10", with a 70-inch reach. A lot of fans, when they look at a guy like that, they always question his weight. You know, he's just one of those guys, just a short, a short guy, just a bigger short guy, man. You know, but I think he can be a decent heavyweight at certain levels. But I think a fight with him and Breazeale will be a good fight. Both guys are coming off well, Breazeale's coming off the loss to Joshua, and I've been seeing on his social media, his Instagram, he's posting clips of him working out and, you know, little positive messages like never give up and bounce back and all those types of messages. You can tell that he's, you know, trying to get over his loss, or that he has got over his loss, and he's working on the comeback. So I see him in the gym hitting the mitts and doing calisthenics and lifting weights and doing different workouts. So that's a great thing. And then, you know, and also in that fight, he showed a lot of heart, a lot of grit, determination. Just Joshua was just on a different level. You know what I mean? And then Joey Dawekjo, he just came off of a draw with the Olympian. I forgot where the dude was from. I want to say Ecuador. But he lost to Yotoli Pereira. I believe he's from Ecuador. He's an Olympian, 2012. And that was a draw. That fight was not televised. It's a fight that I really want to see. I actually did a video about the fight, and I was hoping that it got televised. I believe it was on a Showbox undercard. I could be mistaken. I can't remember. But then he fought Amir Mansour. That was a bloody fight. Both guys ended up getting cut in that fight, going back and forth with each other. I thought that was a good fight. You know, Mansour's got the best of him. Thought he was a little bit stronger than Dawekjo in that fight. Dawekjo's also been in there. He got a win over Derek Rossi, a guy that just made Erkin-Tepper. I thought Rossi beat Erkin-Tepper when Erkin-Tepper fought him. Then Tepper ended up losing to Christian Hammer, but shit, I thought he lost to Derek Rossi. Then he had a draw, Dawekjo did, with Jarrell Big Baby Miller. Now, from Miller's point of view, he says that he got some points deducted that shouldn't have been deducted, and he should have easily won that fight. But it goes down as a draw. And then the loss where I saw Dawekjo get beat up, in my opinion, where I clearly felt that he got beat. Well, I kind of, I thought Mansour clearly won that fight, but a fight where he got stopped was Charles Martin. I thought that was Charles Martin's best win. Now, some fans may say, oh, he lost to Charles Martin. Because a lot of fans here on YouTube, they don't think much of Charles Martin. But at the very least, at least it's somebody that did hold a world title. I know Glasgow got hurt in the fight, but he did hold the world title. That is a fact, you know. And he has, you know, Dorset Barnwell, another guy, another prospect who I've done videos on. He lost a split decision to him. So Dawekjo is definitely experienced. Had over 100 amateur fights, won a lot of amateur national tournaments here in the U.S. He's experienced, and he's still young. You know, the guy's still young, only 26 years old. So I think it'll be a very good fight for Dominic Breazeale. But he says, you know, Dawekjo says he wants one of the Haymon guys, you know. So I like to see Dawekjo on there with Gerald Washington or any of these guys. Trevor Bryan is another guy I like to see him fight. Trey Lippy Morrison, that's another guy I would like to see him fight. And he was calling out other names like Wilder and Ortiz. I'm not sure he'll get those fights at this point. But if he strings together a win over Breazeale and maybe Washington and, you know, keeps building up his resume, then maybe he will get a title shot. But you got to get ranked first. You know what I mean, by one of these sanctioning bodies. And sometimes getting ranked really isn't a hard thing to do if you know the right people. You know what I mean? Because I've seen guys not be rated in the top 15, and the next thing you know, they're rated in the top 8, you know, by the WBC, for example. So what do you guys think about this, man? Joey Dawekjo versus Dominic Breazeale. I like the call out. Breazeale hasn't said who he wants to fight yet, but I think this is I think it's a good fight because you're fighting somebody that's going to come to win, because you want to be tested. You just don't want to come back against just, you know, somebody that a lot of fans never heard of. And some people never heard of Joey Dawekjo, but I have, you know. So You know, Dawekjo has a good record. He's 16-4 with 3 draws. He's only been stopped once, and that was DeMartin. And he has 9 knockouts with his 16 wins. Has fast hands, a good chin. I think he has a lot of fighting years left, so he's not a used up heavyweight. It's just, you know, his diminutive size as far as his height and his reach. But, you know, the dude can fight, man. That's one thing I can say. And I think this would be, you know, like I said, a great fight for both guys, man. A fight where the loser, you know, is going to have to start the long journey back, trying to get back. But the winner, I think he can, you know, go on and, like I said, get another good fight and just advance, you know, in the American landscape of heavyweights. But you guys let me know what you think about this. Joey Dawekjo calling out Dominic Breazeale. Do you want to see the fight? Would you like to see Dawekjo fight somebody else or Breazeale fight somebody else? I think it's a good fight. Let's get it done. I'm out.